no matter what, we're gonna fight to the finish.
We want to be champions. We're coming for points.
It's everyone versus everyone, and they're ready to do whatever it takes to win.
Some of the guys will come down and pre-run a couple days ahead of time. They're down here a week and a half, 10 days ahead of time, pre-running. We know in this race, we know where the tough parts are gonna be. We know where there's gonna be a problem, and Chris has pre-run that, and pre-run that, and pre-run that. We've hit some of those tough spots over 4 times. So you do that, you learn it, so you're not paying any attention to GPS. You know the route, you know where to turn, you know how to react. And that's the difference between a team that's in 20th or the team that's in the top 10. And the top 10 guys, they're out there every day, many days, just doing it, hitting the course day after day after day.
The equipment that these top level guys bring to this race is amazing. A lot of guys do a day of pre-running in a helicopter, finding different lines, going just places you wouldn't think there would be a line, and finding something that normal people wouldn't see when they fly by in their Can-Am. The ability to have those vehicles, we can break something, get them in another car and fix that while they're on the road still doing their pre-run. And it's able to keep the train moving and keep him going and build his confidence back up that we got this, and he can have a good day of being completely focused.
A couple years ago, the top teams would bring one pre-runner and they'd go pre-run for maybe 2-3 days. The whole game's changed. I mean, just us at Cantina, we brought 3 pre-runners. We brought 2 Can-Ams and 1 full-body luxury pre-runner, and we've been down here for 2 weeks. Every top guy is doing the same thing that we are.
Baja is about everything coming together. It comes down to your prep in the shop. It's having an incredible team, and it comes down to the navigator and the driver completely working together, which comes from super hard and dedicated and focused pre-running. Getting out of the car and hiking ridges for hours and looking at roads, then making a prediction on if that dirt's gonna turn to silt, if it's gonna have good stick, can I carry this corner? Zero traction. Hear this. Nothing. It's nothing for the tire to grab onto.
You want to get the right course, you want to be legal, you want to hit all the VCPs, but you also want to make sure that you're fast. And there's some challenges out there that you might not want to go through that part of the course. And you might want to be able to take some areas that is a little bit easier for the truck. But you know, that's part of the game, and it's not like just go hit the course. And you know, you need to make sure that you're going to protect the equipment, and that there's some spots out there that will be bottlenecks if people don't pay attention. And like in some previous races, you could be shut down for an hour. Paying attention to the course, what you have to do for all the VCPs, and doing that well.
Mi nombre es Juan Manuel Villarreal. Soy el dueño de este lugar, Acámbaro. Es un lugar que empezó alrededor de hace 15, 16 años, ¿no? Se ha hecho muy famoso este lugar por tanto corredor que llega, y pues les gusta mucho, les gusta la comida, la atención. Cuando pone uno detallitos de este tipo, pues es algo que se sienten como en su casa, ¿no? Y a Chris, pues olvídate, le encantó ese detalle, tanto como tantas calcamonías que hay de aquí de él, de Cantina 40, y luego hay unas fotografías donde está él con todo su equipo.
Coming to Baja makes me feel like when I was a kid and life was really simple and there were no cell phones or anything like that, and everyone really enjoyed each other and life was really simple. It's like being a kid here again. You know, you get to be in a beautiful environment that's not built out at all. You know, you're in nature, you're in the outdoors, and then you're in the Mexican culture, which is, I think, one of the most warmest cultures in the world. You know, from a 2-year-old kid to a 75-year-old adult, everybody is pumped that we're here and we're racing and they're into it, and every gas station you go to, every restaurant, people are super into it. It's a real sport here in Baja, and you get to be a part of that, you get to be a part of the people, and you get to celebrate that joy together. It's the best.
We had a little bit of a setback coming to the Baja 500. We raced the all-wheel drive at San Felipe. That's our premier truck. This time we're not racing it. We had a supply chain issue. We are missing some valuable and very important engine parts.
Cameron called me, you know, he was bummed out and nervous, and I knew it had hit the shop hard. He said, hey, you know, we're not gonna have an engine. And I said, great. And they were shocked. They couldn't believe it. He said, well, what do you mean? I said, we're gonna race. We're gonna take the 6100 truck. It's got a pretty good prep on it. We're gonna finish the prep our way, and we're gonna race the 6100, and we're gonna go balls out and do this race.
The easiest way to put it is we have half the horsepower and half the drive. We got 500 and something horsepower as opposed to 1100 horsepower, and we have 2-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive. So we're just gonna keep on moving, keep on moving. That's our goal.
Decided, you know what, we're not going to give up. We're going to come together as a team. We made a decision that we're going to throw our 6100 into the mix and see what we can do in the trophy truck class. We don't give up when things don't go our way, even if it means running a completely different class truck in the top class. Abilities that our guys have, it's amazing what we can put together in such short amount of time to come together and get this truck here and get it to the start line.
There's one section, like like you were in one of the valleys, and all of a sudden it's just like a light switch turned on and you're like, whoa.
That's when I had the trail brake.
Yeah, we're like, okay, like he's back. In my career, I've never worked with a driver that has been so open to criticism. That's a sign of someone that's willing to learn, that's not so proud of himself that thinks he's the best. He knows he can improve. He's asking where he can improve. That's a great sign of someone that wants to be a champion.
Chris is always looking for that advice, for that confidence. He wants to learn more, not only about driving, but also about the truck, the terrain. He's always putting his all, putting 100% out there, walking the course, cutting branches, sweating it out there just to make every race perfect.
He's learning every single day. He's open to what people have to say. He's taking inputs from everyone. That's gonna be a winning team.
As a team, it'd be really easy to quit and stay home and save a couple $100,000 and not come down here and race. Instead of quitting like most people did in our same position, we pulled out our trophy truck spec, got it ready to race, and we're here. We're showing up to run for points. A championship is very important to this team. But us at Cantina Racing, we want to be champions. We're coming for points. So we are racing our trophy truck spec in trophy truck. We have horrendous disadvantage. This is actually the first race I've ever come to knowing I'm not going to win. But that didn't mean we didn't prepare to not win.
You know, I'm way underpowered, 500 and whatever horsepower, spec motor, LS motor power, and we're running with guys that have 900 to 1100 horsepower and 4-wheel drive, but we know this truck actually survives. We took it down and pre-ran this thing in San Felipe, and it actually lived for 2,000 miles, and we abused it every single run. And my goal is to be one of the top 3 2-wheel drive trucks in this race. And I think it's doable.
We're all friends, we all get along, but once that green flag drops, none of us have friends. We're all here to win. We brought our friends to the race. We're here to win, not make them.
And race day, nobody's your friend, nobody. You know, we're out there and we all want it just as badly as we all want to win. I mean, we're here to win. It's fun to have a great time, but at the end of the day, it's really fun to win.
A lot of these drivers, they're all good friends, they're all buddies, they all know each other outside of racing, and it's pretty cool to see that our sport can be so united and everybody trying to achieve the same goal. But once they put those helmets on and they're at the start line and they're ready to take off, it's everyone versus everyone. It's madness, and they're ready to do whatever it takes to win.
good about this one. Even though we have a truck that's completely, underpowered and not to our competitor spec, we have something I think that's going to work really well for this course. There's so much tight technical, and there's so many places you can attack and be consistent in that. I feel great because we have the right truck for that.
We're here, Cantina, main pit number 1. Chris Miller was running 10th. Still got him out in under a minute, and he's back on his way.
Off-road racing is technical, and all the other racing, if you're going around circles on Formula 1 or NASCAR, there's a lot of technology there, but not the use that these vehicles get. So it is amazing what goes into these trucks, and every year, every race, there's more and more technology added, more capability, and all the teams have to step up. If you don't step up, you're not going to be part of the game.
With these trucks nowadays, how competitive they are and how fast they are and how close times have been, pit stops are huge. Our pit guys, they put in the work and they love what they do and they're good at it. I mean, one slip, one stripped lug nut, it could put you back and a car could go by and you're down, you're in the dust now. It's so crucial on getting it done quickly, smoothly, and doing the best that they can to get that car on the road.
We're getting radio calls from the truck. We're hearing them loud and clear. Chris Miller, number 40, doing good, keeping up in the 6100 truck, so we're excited, man.
Now the race is so tight. We're racing with guys with equal budgets, equal trucks. Everything comes down to how good of a day you have. Races are won and lost in the pit stop. We can't afford a mistake. Make sure you do it right. If it takes a couple extra seconds, it's okay. Just make sure all the lug nuts are tight. Make sure all the fuel gets in. We got this, okay? Take your time.
A little bit of endurance race. They call it the Ironman, right? So you're an Ironman to race. You got to manage your energy, right? You got to manage your strength. Chris is fit. He's good, healthy, fit guy. So that's okay. And the adrenaline's going, and you'll just go, go, go. What happens is the brain. You start getting a little bit tired, and a little bit slower, and we talked about that. So that means that a couple of these pits, we're gonna have to force food in them to make sure he gets enough energy to keep the brain sharp. Because if you're not on the throttle. You're not on the brakes. You're just a little bit more sluggish, and you want to take corner just a little bit slower. But no, if you're on it and you got energy and you got a full stomach, man, you're gonna pound it all the way. So it's managing that energy throughout the race, those hours, 8-9 hours, like you say. It's a little bit of a challenge, but you got to do your job, right? So you got to stay focused in race mode, and you got to continue, doing what you're doing.
Right here. Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Arráncalo! 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 Arráncalo todo!
You can put me down, you can kick me, hit me, do whatever, but I'm going to keep getting back up, and I can speak for our team too. They're going to do the same thing, and no matter what, we're going to fight to the finish. If things go wrong and it's not our day, we're going to do whatever we can, anywhere we can, to get moving and get to a race and finish that race and have a great placement in it. If Baja's not going your way, a lot of guys just put the truck up on the trailer because they're not going to get a top 5 or top 10 position. They blow a gear, or blow a transmission or driveline or something like that, and they're out of the race. They quit. And I think that says a lot about somebody. When you fight and you stay in something that's as tough as the sport is, and you keep fighting and you keep trying to win and you try to keep moving forward no matter what, I think that says a lot about Cantina racing and Baja Jerky. We just kept this thing wooded the entire way. We matted this thing, and this little Mason 6100 stayed together. I'm almost 50. You know, these young kids, they come out hot and fast, but us old guys can just, you know, we're goats. We can just keep moving. I'm really excited for Eric, the team owner of Baja Jerky.
Yeah.
You know, here we are. Here we are at the finish line in the top, you know, top 3 and top 5 or 7. It's incredible.
I couldn't thank everyone enough on this team, Baja Jerky and Cantina Racing, for all the effort that they put in. People not giving up when we told them, hey, we're not racing our four-wheel drive, and people still stuck with it. They want to keep racing, and what's good for the team. They did such an incredible job, and everyone that took time out of their life to come down here and race with us, get that truck to the finish line, it means everything to us.
Thank you.
What an amazing day for the Baja Jerky Cantina Racing team. It did not go as I expected it to go at all. We woke up as a team today. All our pit stops were nailed perfectly. Today was the first time we had an actual real trophy truck pit stop where we came in under 1 minute. These guys nailed it back to back. There were so many other trophy trucks out there that are real trophy trucks with big horsepower, and Chris just drove his heart out. He's developing as a driver, and I think everyone should take note after today that he's coming.
Bars. I'm in the back of the bus. I gotta do it for God. I'm going LeBron in the paint. I'm coming for all the above. I'm with the dogs and we back in the stew, huh? That you knew, huh? I'm with the dogs, yeah. What you gonna do?
Play with the sticks, yeah. Die in the street. Go get that bro with the team. They got a feast, yeah. I made that beat go bang. I couldn't choose the grain. I had to make my lane. How many? Give me my money.